A year ago, I was homeless. I was living with I had my one son, he was 22 months old, and I was 6 months pregnant. And I was living in basically abandoned building. There's no electricity, no hot water. Trying to make ends meet daily by walking around looking for food. I didn't live there for very long. It was 2 months before I came to St. Anne's. But it was 2 months of awakening for me. I realized that if I don't stand up and get up and look after my children myself, get out of the life that I'm in and start fresh, that this was going to be my future and my children's future. When I arrived here, my son was skinny, he was underweight. And within a matter of a month and a half, all that changed. My son was healthy. I started getting counseling. I realized how my life ended up the way it did. I was sexually abused by my grandfather from the age of 4 to 7, and I never received counseling for it. And it's amazing what impact it has in your life when you don't speak to anybody about it. I used to look for reasons why me. I mean, I was the youngest of all the grandchildren. My sister was a little bit older than me. I couldn't understand why me. I used to feel a lot of conflict because I loved him. I loved him because my grandfather used to tell me, I was his favorite. Okay, I used to he'll buy me sweets and my sister and my brother wouldn't get. But it was a conflict between the love I had for him and the love he showed for me. It was very different. Carried on from when I was 4 till I was 7. We moved from Johannesburg to Nelspruit, and the abuse stopped when we moved. In primary school, I was very much a loner. I never really had lots of friends. And in high school, I became rebellious, and I was very promiscuous as a teenager, and from an early age. And I think when my mom and dad got divorced, it just escalated. So, I don't know. I should have told somebody so that I could have gotten help much earlier. I didn't realize that it would affect me this much. When I came to St. Anne's, it was amazing. That feeling of relief, of everything else. It's just... That first night I had a warm plate of food. I was clean. My child was clean. We went to go sleep in a bed which was clean, and it was amazing. It was the most amazing feeling. I'll never forget that first night here. And I think for about 2 months I ate a lot more than I should have as well, because I think I was trying to catch up. But eventually you realize the food's not going to run away. Every day there's food in the fridge you can eat. But I think psychologically you try to catch up. It's amazing how it's changed. Before, I used to have a lot of anger. I didn't really know who I was angry with, but I was angry. I used to be depressed. I used to be ashamed. I can now walk with my head up high. I know I'm not perfect, but I know that I'm perfect in God's eyes. I know I've become somebody that my children can look up to. There's nothing more satisfying for me the end of the month than being able to buy nappies and milk for my children, and I don't have to look at anyone for it. I don't have to ask my mother for money or my father or beg on the street. I'm earning this money. I think working makes a huge change. You get a sense of self-worth, a purpose. And I've learned to forgive myself for the mistakes I've made. It's a process as well. Everything's a process. I believe that if you put all of it together, the peace of mind that your child is being taken care of, the stability of a house, and the education and the skills that you pick up in the skills course. I really can't single out one thing. When I've put it all together, that for me makes St. Anne's the whole of what it's done for me.